Hey guys, how are you? Good morning. Wanted to get on here and do this early. So this is going to be a general all-around why, right? And when I say all-around why message, a lot of y'all that are chosen, right, have been going through a period of shadow work. All healers have to go through shadow work. And it kind of puts you in your shadow, right? So a lot of you guys have been wanting to be alone. A lot of you guys have been reflecting on your past. A lot of you guys are asking yourself why. God, you said I was chosen. Why am I going through this? God, like, what's going on? A lot of you guys have a lot of why me? Why are they doing this to me? Why are they attacking me? Okay, whoever these they people are, right? And there's something here about taking it back to the beginning, as we've been talking about. And from the beginning, you guys, a lot of you, a lot of us, have had a lot of spiritual insight. 111. A lot of us have been connected, right, to a higher power since we were very young. And this awakening that we were forced to go into and through these transformations, right, we're supposed to bring us full circle to the why. So I'm going to explain a little bit, at least from my point of view, my perspective, why I operate and move the way I do, why I've been given the certain assignments I've been given from God, why, you have to learn as a healer, as a spiritualist. There are so many lost souls out here, right? There are so many people who are looking for something. There are so many people who are trying to connect the dots on why they're here, why they're going through the things they're going through. And it's like, for a lot of us, God has to put us in situations where we have to ask ourselves these questions. And so for me, a lot of my purpose and my path has been, exposing the role of Black magic and negative forces in my life. I am a healer. And, I came across the other day a picture of myself. And you know how we kept seeing the Page of Cups that talks 222 about our inner child. The Page of Cups talks about us as children, depending on how deep our spirituality goes, what our assignment is here, right? Because our assignment is to heal ourselves in the process of healing others, right? God also says, you can't heal anyone else until you heal yourself. And healing doesn't just start with the here and now today, right? Healing goes back because our pain and our traumas didn't start today. Those go all the way back. So it be some tough situations that we got to look at. The other day, and I feel like all healers, okay, you get to a point where you're like, okay, I just need to know, right? And there's going to come a time where you're forced to 313, heal the inner child wounding, right? This is on a very deep spiritual level, right? You guys are going to have to reconnect. So most of you guys may try to look for or search for a picture of yourselves. And God is saying you're being called to go back to the child you. Eyes are the windows to the soul. So you guys may come across a picture of yourself and get emotional. And it's like God bringing you full circle. So this is deep. You have to confront you, right? And that's taking everybody else out of it. That's looking at yourself, right? The mirror, we talk about look at yourself in the mirror. Well, when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we don't naturally see a child. We see what we see, right? So now it's taking it a step further, going a little bit deeper, peeling back some more layers, right? And so I found one of myself, and it was like, I cried. And I'm like, damn, that's why I said trigger warning. This might make some people emotional, but this is shadow work. This is light work. This is healing, 424. And it was like, I cried because I thought of everything that child went through to now, unknowingly, the spiritual forces at play. When you get on your life purpose, when you really tap into why you're here, many people want to know why, right? But a lot of people don't do the soul work, 444 I just saw. And so when you do soul work, you're clearing things that you never thought you would see, things you never believed in, things you never knew were happening, right? You get certain clarity on yourself that allows you to be a better person, but based off of what you know now. You see, you can't know what you don't know. And this is why a lot of us were called to know. This is why so many readers talk about the things they talk about, because they're learning. They want to teach. And so today, like this morning, I was like, damn, I don't feel like doing a live. Like, I want to chill, you know? And God was like, no, you're a teacher. You're not just a talker. So somebody out there, it's like, people need to know why. People need to know why you veered away. People need to know why you chose a different path. People need to know, and you can't be ashamed to say, like, I want better for myself, okay? It doesn't mean anything other than that. You want better for yourself. Because a lot of us now, we have children, right? 555, let's bring it full circle. If I look at this picture of myself as a child, I see a fake smile. I see pain behind my eyes. This was the picture that I found and was forced to look at, okay? My thing with all of this is knowing now what I didn't know then is why I'm called to be a generational curse breaker, why I'm called to be the best mother I can in every situation. I look at this picture, and when I look at my children, I can see in my children times of me like this. The connection that we have to our children is one that God has put a spirit on, 646. A loving, compassionate, empathic connection that a lot of us healers have with our children. A lot of you guys on here, you don't like talking about your children because you know the attacks and such. But you got to know why the fight has to be the fight that it has to be. I look at this picture right here, and I see all of the pain that came after it. I see all of the things that I endured unknowingly. And now 714, 777, seeing why I had to go back and heal that, why I fight so hard for mine, because I know what was done to me. We are called to heal our bloodline. We're called to heal ourselves so that we can be better for those that come after. That's the generational wealth there. That's the generational divine bloodline legacy type thing there. This is what all healers, chosen light workers are called to do and experience, 747. Now, we're going to leave that aside. I'm going to go to the next point. There's a lot of things that you guys have been dealing with in the spirit, because you guys, this is a spiritual walk of life. I don't want to keep calling it a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual walk of life. So the attacks will be spiritual. We know this now, right? I did some reading, I did some researching, and I was like, damn, all this magic, like, why is this still acceptable? And I thought to myself, well, it's because people don't have the information they need to see that it should not be. You know, there's lots of talk of black arts and this and that, and people don't like me speaking on it, but it's what's happening. It's what's happening. People are exchanging energy, but for the wrong purposes. People are doing things that a lot of people don't think it's really happening. But when you walk a path of righteousness, when you get into your spirituality and you're able to see why you were placed on a specific path with a specific assignment and purpose, you follow that. I've had so many people say or make reports on me of being a witch, of being in covens, of, you know, doing dark arts and all this other weird stuff. I don't do none of that. I'm not out here promoting no love spells. I'm not out here promoting no type of magic. I don't do it. I might light a candle, a white candle for some protection, but can you blame me? That's not a ritual. Well, it is a ritual, but it's not magic. It's not like, if anything, it's what you would consider white magic. So there's white magic and there's black magic. White magic is invoking the spirit of your angels, the divine. And if you're invoking the spirit of the divine, of God, you're not thinking negatively on another. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This magic that people want to keep doing and playing with when it comes to us, when it comes to what we love, when it comes to our destiny, there has to be some form It's why so many of y'all are still talking about it. That's all I can say. It's why so many of you guys are still talking about it, because it's happening to you and nothing is being done, you know? But this is why, as healers and light workers and teachers and spiritualists, just because 1044, 144, thank you. Just because you guys are spiritualists doesn't mean you're negative, you're dark, you're evil, you're bad. 9 times out of 10, I've learned those people that put those titles on us, our light irritates their demons. I just be walking around the house. I be hearing Jah spell. I be hearing Freezer spell. I'm not even asking. I just be hearing it, 1111. I'm like, oh my God. So when these readers come out with these readings talking about people are putting you in jars and freezing you and this and that, I already know. I already got the download. Every time a ritual is done, I hear it. I don't never want to know who's doing it. I don't care. It's the thought that you think that you have the power to control another individual that's crazy to me. So I let you think you're going to do what you're going to do. I be waking up all night long. I used to sleep through the night. I used to not have dreams. But I become so awakened. It's crazy. Like, I'll be woken up. There's a reason. It has to stop. People are entitled to their peace. So this was a channel message, the God Speaks message that I got. Something about God's house. Wherever you are, God is, okay? Wow. Wherever you are, so am I. Don't worry about the attacks. They are not attacking you, but me. Attacking a force that has just as much wrath as love. Flip the narrative to show I am head of your household. Magic and voodoo has been around since the beginning of time. I told them I do not accept their sacrifices or offerings. I know who was doing these things to you. As a spirit, I can be in many places at one time. God says I see everything they put their hands to hurt my creation. The divine presence is being amplified. You should no longer suffer at the hands of evil. This is what God's saying to y'all. God is not a sleeping God. When I wake you suddenly, you pray, you know why. This is what y'all do. You pray. You hear what I just said? God said you do. You pray. Have no fear of magic. I have hidden helpers everywhere. Continue to know you are not alone and that God is with you always. What I have ordained, no witch or wizard or warlock can tamper with. The enemy of me has already been revealed, even if you don't know, like I said. I take account of everyone and everything. These people will forever be in lack and don't realize the ancestors they call on are the same ones I have cursed before. You cannot be cursed by the cursed, but you will be exalted by the living, moving spirit that will exalt you. Okay? That's what God said to y'all when it comes to this magic. Now we're going to go to the book because it's Sunday. We're going to keep it as light as possible, okay? Psalm 91. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Now we talk about, like I said, people call on God in their times of darkness, distress, right? It says right here. You guys are doing shadow work, okay? I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his feathers. You guys are finding feathers lately? Some of you guys might be finding black feathers. That's a sign of protection, okay? And under his wings, you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord, who is my refuge, then no harm will befall you. No disaster will come near your tent, for he will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Okay? That's for y'all who need it. We're going to get, hold on one sec, a card here. Let's see which one we're going to get. We're going to keep it light. Ugh. I don't even know why I picked that up. I just like keep it light. Oh, we need our blue sage. Because I know a lot of people hate to think that it goes deeper than their magic, but it does. It does. It does. It goes a lot deeper than their magic. All right. We're going to put this here. Okay. Let me sage the card. I just saw Dance of the Divine Feminine. So this is for, wow. Y'all might be going through some shadow work right now. It's necessary. So if some of y'all are feeling, my goodness. If some of y'all are feeling called to pull back, like you have these platforms, and you're being called to take a break, and people are like, oh, no. Do what you got to do. Take that break. Okay? Focus on yourself. Clear out, purge. Resplendent with grace. Something here about grace. Maybe you guys should look up the word grace and what that means. Some of y'all may have been seeing that lately. All right. Wow. Most High is coming through. We talked about that covering that you guys have, okay? I'm going to take this card. And I said that the number 33 is that Most High's number, you who show the way. I'm out here talking to the teachers, okay? I'm out here talking to these people that be like, damn, why'd you put me in this situation? You are the teacher. You show the way. You are protected. And the messages that you receive, okay, are divine. All that purple, your crown is fine. This yellow here, all right, talks about your solar plexus and you having the confidence, okay, and the strength to teach the messages that you're called to teach, to inform individuals of what they need to know. Also, it talks about, you see this triangle and you see how you're literally getting light, okay, from the divine. And there's people out here that be talking about doing like circles, like all that witch stuff. Look at it. You're already circled. All you have to do is envision this circle around you, and it's there. Right now, all these waves and all this water are talking about all the emotions that you may be impacting from doing this shadow work, right? You're emotional. You're meant to purge. The water also talks about cleansing. Some of you guys, you need to take some spiritual baths. You put some salt in there, okay? But I'm seeing like with all of this blue as well, you guys are, well, it's blue and green. I don't know if you can see the blue and green, but the blue and green speaks to your throat chakra and being able to speak. And the green speaks to your heart chakra about being open, loving, right? Compassionate. You are meant to show the way. So somebody might have a life path number 4. Somebody might be a life path number 33. Somebody may be 33. I saw the number 18, that's the moon card. So this is all things that you guys are uncovering, fears you may have had, things that are coming up to the, you know, you guys be getting all these readings. And that's another thing I might read something before I get out of here about all this stuff that's being done. And it's like, everything is energy. And the more time you put on a specific topic, the more energy that you're putting out. And so it's like, we must know that these things are being done. We must know that we have stated it, but we must not keep making our messages about the same thing, because energy goes where energy is placed. And if we have to come down out of our light, right, to talk about these things that people are doing all the time behind the scenes, we're lowering our vibration. You know, we're supposed to be combating the forces of darkness. right? Not giving them our power source, our life force. This is why a lot of you guys have been so drained. All y'all need to do is pray. You got these readers out here talking about all this stuff. All you got to do is pray. All you got to do is believe that you are going through what you're going through because you're called to show something. I've said many times what's going on. So I know people know what's going on when it comes to what's been going on with me and why I've been going through the things that I've been going through. But that's not every reader. Every reader will pick up on the spiritual knowledge of things being done. But that's not always the message to teach. That's not always the message to give. You got to understand, okay, if all these readers are saying all the same negative ass shit, okay, maybe I'm the one to flip that script. You know, you got to see what everybody else is doing and be different. The true teachers, this is information you need to, this is God speaking to you. You're not like everybody else. Everyone has an individual story, but everybody want to piggyback off of everyone else. Be you. That's what I heard. God is saying, don't be afraid to be you. All right, let's just do these two. Beyond the threshold of fear. Look at all that darkness that you've been in. You are that little light right there. Look at all the darkness you've been in. And it's like, nah, it's time for you to realize something. You who show the way, teacher. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to read the Cloak of Christ. Okay. You are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged inside and out, and you are succumbing to struggle that is not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of heart, mind, body, and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging, malaise, or anxiety you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace here and now, okay? That it may be overcome. Remember, your reactions are a symptom of your exhaustion and a sign that you need respite, sanctuary, and restoration. That's what I was talking about. A lot of you guys out there might need to take some spiritual baths and take some time off, okay? They are not a sign that something must be done so much as a sign that something must be received and allowed. That something is healing, made possible through divine protection. In this instance, protection is bestowed through the cloak of Christ. The cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of the Christ consciousness. This unconditionally loving energy is not limited to the being bearing its name, but is shared. It is typified by wholeness. There is nothing within you that would cause the Christ to turn away from you. You are so loved, equally and without measure. Can you allow yourself to take refuge in this knowledge, to feel it, not only as an idea, nourishing as that is, but as a visceral reality, where you complete the sacred honoring ritual and allow yourself to feel the peace and receive healing? The knowledge of the Christ's unconditional love for you is a safe space, a place to fall into when you are struggling. It is a sacred container for your healing process, an energetic field, okay, that is stronger and more enduring than even the greatest fears or doubts. The purpose of this sacred container is to provide you with a feeling of being held, especially for those times when you are feeling that you cannot hold yourself. Sometimes we just need permission to break down, to really let go, to come apart and be dissembled so that we can break through, be lifted up, and come together in a new, more spiritually coherent and loving form to move forward. For you, this is essential. For y'all healers, this is essential. There is a person, place, thing, or belief that has come to be like a manacle around your wrist or an iron ball and leg iron preventing you from moving forward with the grace you have earned spiritually. You are being empowered here to shed that. Don't hesitate. Let yourself be cloaked in the Christ energy and receive the spiritual assistance you deserve now. There is a reason for this. The unfolding of your life purpose is taking a turn for the better, and your energy is required to fuel that new life. This is particularly so if you have also drawn the Oracle of Passion for Purpose, or intuitively feel drawn to read the message of the card and complete its accompanying ritual. Just remember that whenever we are asked to release something, it is because the divine wishes to fill our hearts and hands with more. Do not hold on to scraps for fear that the feast will be denied to you. Use your nose, smell the feast that's awaiting you, okay? It's all about using your intuition. Last one, and then I'm gone. Y'all needed this, though, today. Something different. You who show the way. Let's see. Okay, I know who this is for. You who show the way. You'll know if this message is for you. Even in your unquenchable passion for service to humanity, to the world that offers you so much, there is a time when your most powerful offering is actually and most simply that of your presence. You show the way. You who inspire through how you choose to live and be. You who sometimes think yourself to be invisible. You who consider yourself to be of no particular or exceptional worth. Yes, you. You who through your choice to live your truth reveal my face, demonstrate my love, embody my presence, heal my beloveds, and love my creations. This oracle comes to you with a special message. You are an inspiration. You are helping those around you, and even many of whom you are unaware. You are doing this because this is your path, this is your way, this is your gift. To live a life dedicated to the growth of consciousness, and through that dedication, inspire others to receive the loving consciousness of the great beloved that can benefit them so greatly, no matter what their situation or circumstance. You are not doing this through any effort or will. You are doing this because this is your nature, your being, your way. Just as the sun breaks through darkness with its own light, shining light with its presence by simply being, so too does your inner sun, your soul. You don't have to understand this or do anything with the information given, although you may find it of comfort or even be shocked by it, pleasantly perhaps. It is just an acknowledgement of who and what you are, given freely because you are ready to receive such an acknowledgement. You are also being gifted through this oracle with a sign, a portent. This oracle is an omen, an issue too difficult for you to understand, no matter how hard you have been working on it, is about to be resolved. You have no need to hold on to it or become more worthy of that resolution. It is going to happen according to the grace of God. And your job is to allow it to happen, to simply bear witness to the resolution, even if you have no idea what is going on in the process, okay? You may find that whilst you are letting go, the resolution happens without you being aware of it until after the fact. Then apparently, all of a sudden, what was an issue is no longer so. You who help others are a worthy recipient of the help of the great beloved. Be prepared to surrender all plans and convictions about what can and cannot be, about what you think you know and what you think you need. Allow the benevolent grace of the beloved to take you through the great waves as the seas become calm and serene under the living divine light. This oracle brings a message that if you have a situation in your midst that feels impossible to resolve, the divine has it covered. Do the sacred honoring ritual and let it be sorted out by a power greater than your own. It shall be sorted out, and your sun shall rise. Just as day follows night, again and again, so too shall your sun rise after any issue or struggle. Have faith and hope, and know that this is a sensible approach to any dilemma, no matter how serious it may seem. For what use is it to bemoan the absence of day, even on the longest night, when you know in every moment dawn is ever closer to breaking once again? Your hope then is not foolish, but wise. Okay? Y'all better keep having that hope that y'all been having to get through these things. I'm trying to tell you. Oh, we're doing pretty good on the time here. We're going to get a couple tarot cards and then we'll get out of here. All right, saging the deck. How y'all doing? I told y'all this was a deep message today. It was going to make you tap into your emotions and see why you have the passions that you have. There's a reason for it. I'm just giving a message to the messengers. Okay. What do you want me to tell the people today before God. So what do you want me to tell the people today? Use your creative passions. Listen to your intuition. Use your gifts to bring about whatever this is for you. There's something that you were told. There was a prophecy that's meant to be fulfilled, but you have to take the action. You have to do the work. There's spiritual work here that many healers have to go through to be able to get on these platforms and teach. All right, I don't usually tap into the High Priestess, but I'm going to, okay? So for all of y'all spiritualists out here with this knowledge and wisdom that you were called to bring and give to individuals, What do you want me to say to them? What's the High Priestess want to say? Because the High Priestess, she don't talk unless she wants to talk. So I feel like with the High Priestess coming out, the High Priestess want to speak. Okay, so what is your spirit saying, Divine Feminine High Priestess? Page of Cups. Yep. Page of Cups. For you guys out here, High Priestesses, they've been distorting your image. You see, because what's been going on out here is you're spiritual. The High Priestess is spiritual. Okay? The Queen of Wands is spiritual. These are spiritualists, truly spiritual people. Okay? This is one person. This is an energy. So you know the spiritual secrets, the wisdom that you have, because it was a gift that was given to you, your intuition, right? But you were also called to take that intuition and use it to manifest, like you have this wand here, right? The wand that you were given to create something out of your hidden knowledge. So when people out here saying that you're dark and you're evil, no, it's you know of the dark and the evil. You see, you sit between both worlds. But it's all about the choice you make. The Queen of Wands is sitting next to the light, is she not? I put the cards this way for a reason. The gifts that you were given, the intuition, the spirit animals, all of these things. You see how you are in yellow, the sun, the light. This is what you were called to bring with your gifts and be passionate about doing so. Like I said before, a lot of you guys have had these gifts since you were children. Page of Cups. Some of you guys might have had like imaginary friends. I didn't, but some of you guys may have. You've always been connected to energy, things, you know, you couldn't see. You weren't crazy. You were just tapped in to spirit very, very early on in your life. And look at you now. You guys have gone from the child, Page of Cups, to the mother, Queen of Cups. You've gone from the child, Queen of Cups, to the mother, Queen of Cups. And you see how as a child, your cup was open, right? There were intuitive and spiritual things that was all around you. You was unaware though. Some of you guys may have had some form of like, you know, damn, what's going on? Like, I feel like you guys were just very tapped in. You didn't know how, you knew, you just were from a child. And now you're grown. Now your mother's out here because the Queen of Cups is a mother, right? And you see how your cup is closed now. Because through your healing, you've learned that you can't just, you have to protect this energy. This is spiritual energy that you must protect. The Queen of Cups is not closed off. She's just as open and loving as she's ever been. But she's learned to put boundaries on what she gives, how she loves, what she feels. Because this same person is this person. You've gone through many phases. You've gone through many phases. And you were called to take what you love and be passionate about it. This is the same person. It's energy. That's who this High Priestess is. This true High Priestess is the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. You started out as the Page of Cups. You started out with these gifts since you were children. And I feel like for a lot of divine feminines out here, you weren't able to truly flourish in your heart space because you were dealing with a lot of King of Swords energies. There's something a lot of these divine feminines that were being called to heal their heart space. There was some type of lesson. There was some type of situations when it comes to maybe men in general, and what you were called to see about different situations for a certain purpose. You'll know. Because history repeats itself until it changes, until someone chooses to stop, until someone chooses to see there's a pattern here. Okay, I see it. All right, that shit ain't gonna continue. And then you do something new. This is how healing works, but you have to be face to face with it. With all the stuff that people have been sending at us, it's been hard to be face to face with shit because we don't know what we're looking at. It's distorted. It's disillusioned. Yesterday, I was like, God, please end this confusion. Because I'm sitting here like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Like, and I knew it was confusion. I knew it. I knew it in the moment. But I was like, God, what do you want me to do here? Like, point, that's it. And then the confusion's gone. Because sometimes all it is coming back to center. We're chosen. which means we're chosen to deal with the good and the bad. What do these chosen ones need to know? Two of Swords in reverse. You guys will begin to see clearly. This healing that you're doing as well is helping you to see yourself clearly. The healer, why you're the healer. Oh, you can't be a healer, you da-da-da-da-da. No, you're a healer if you choose to heal yourself. People don't want you to heal because of the things that they know that they have done to you. And the more you heal, the more you will see. But at the end of the day, what these people don't realize is you don't care. You don't care about the things they did to you. You just want to get past it. Again, you can't help but see this shit. You guys are divine. You get divine insight. Devil ain't out here telling these karmics what you're doing. The devil's out here confusing them. But you, with your gifts of the spirit that have been given to you with this dove, everything you see, there's a divine nature behind it. It's not darkness. It's not deception. This is divinity in true form. And for you guys out here that have made the choice, I'm not even going to say this is about a person. It's not. This is about the individual that's going through the healing. The Lovers talks about a choice. The Lovers talks about a choice. On your path that you are walking, you will continuously have to overpower and be strong. You will have to overpower those negative forces. You will have to overpower those negative thoughts. A lot of you are going to be unpacking things that it's going to take you a lot of strength to choose love at the end of it. But that's who you are. Again, with this Lover's energy, let me cover it a little bit, because, okay. With this Lover's energy, this is not a person until it is active in yourself. So this is your masculine and your feminine that are being balanced out and brought together by spirit. First, you can't be searching and looking for a twin flame or another person if you ain't found self. Doesn't make sense. 6 talks about the path of illumination, the path of balance, the path of oneness. This is what the 6 talks about. And so while y'all are twin flames out here, yes, you're twins. You're meant to look at your other half, yourself, and heal all parts of self. So with the Star card and the Lovers, there are twins out here that are healing individually. Okay? And strength. It's also giving me that Leo gate energy. 888, you guys have been seeing. You're too strong for these people to keep you stagnant. I saw the 8 of Cups in reverse. It's not working. God, what do you want to say about this magic? Well, clearly y'all are overpowering it. That's the Strength card. But God, talk on this. Oh, damn. You're always going to heal. Because you're divine. And you will always be shown what needs to be seen. Sounds pretty clear cut to me. What else? They send you illusions. They try to stab you in the back. I move you forward. You are my chosen one, divine feminine. You are an empress. And you will constantly be moved to calmer times. And that's the truth. Ace of Swords. God, what is your truth right now? Oh. The truth is, where's your heart? It's over here, right? 9 of Cups is your heart's desires. God says, your heart's desires, your balance here, what you're called to bring here. What is this Justice? 9 of Cups. Let's clarify this Justice, Nine of Cups. We already got the Ace of Swords. Most High, what are you saying about this Justice, Nine of Cups? It's only right. It's only fair. It's only just. Just none. You do this work. It's only fair that you should be able to reap the rewards of the hard work that you've put into yourself. And for you guys and others. That's what God says. Nine of Cups. Four of Swords. It was only right for you guys to go in and do this healing. This is healing. You guys, you see a truth here? The Ace of Swords is underneath you. All the truths that you guys are gaining while you're healing, it was meant to happen this way. You would not receive these heart's desires if you did not heal that heart. Because a scorned heart is the worst heart. You can't get what you want being scorned. You can't get what you want being wounded. Justice with the Page of Swords. So what is this? I'd like to know. Justice with the Page of Swords. Some of you guys out here, okay? You got people that are watching you. Chariot. All right, with the Justice and the Page of Swords, these are people in positions of power and authority. So, see, they know what's going on. For certain people of you, they want you to know as well. You don't need to worry. You'll know. You guys will know. Depending on where you're at, you know. There are people that see what's going on. There are people that know what's going on. Okay? I mean, these are higher ups that know what's going on. And they're protecting you. Now, there's good and bad in everything. Because this is you. Queen of Pentacles. Some of you guys, you got to know that you have been called everything but who you are. You have been portrayed in a light that is not you. And these individuals are watching you and they're seeing that you are a stable person. You are a grounded person. You are a loving person. You are a compassionate person. You are a giving person. You are a caring person. Okay? And you use your gifts for good. You use your powers for the greater good. Again, a lot of people were talking about you, slandering your name, right? But now people are starting to realize that you're truly on a path of love here. Some of these people are regretful, okay? Some of these people that did these things to you are left in regret. And that's okay. You can't do nothing about that. You keep using your gifts and standing strong in your power and fighting this battle with love, okay? One more. This is what happens when people misuse and abuse the gifts that they were given. See, if you can do magic and you can have an effect in someone else's life, you're a gifted spiritual being, but you're using your power for bad. And those are the things that the light workers are being called to expose. So all the projection that people want to say, oh, we're the dark ones, we're the da-da-da-da-da, when this is what we're dealing with, to give these people this truth. How come they're not out here? We talk about it all the time. How come they're not out here talking about what they're doing? How come they're not out here doing it front screen? Why aren't they out here doing what they're doing behind closed doors in front of everybody? What I do behind closed doors is what I do in front of this screen. I don't operate out of this energy. Devil, Seven of Cups, the Magician in reverse. I said I felt confused. Someone was sending me confusion yesterday. The card's right here. You guys, like the Bible said, there ain't no blockages here. When it comes to your spirituality, your ancestors, they can't block them out. They can't stop them from giving you these messages, okay? They can't. There's no conflict ritual that's going to work. You guys will continue to move forward. You are divine beings, okay? You will constantly have these hidden helpers. You will not be left out in the cold, okay? 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, Hanged One in reverse for all your healing. This is what people don't realize. Spiritual inheritances are due. To individuals who do the spiritual work, people always think this inheritance comes from a person. Some of y'all may be owed something. But what God is saying is you are owed something for all of your spiritual work that you have put in, all of what you give to humanity. God will make sure that your portion is given. You guys are not the wounded warrior, okay? I hate when they say Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. Now, y'all are survivors. You're not victims, okay? Nine of Pentacles is where you sit. You see how she's talking to that bird, right? Oh, y'all are crazy. But you see how they be letting you know what's going on, correct? Continue to stay grounded. This also talks to me about you guys getting outside in nature, okay? All this yellow talks about your solar plexus. Your red talks about you being connected to your roots, that family tree, that lineage, the one that you guys are descendants of. You are connected to something higher than yourself. You're doing what you do on behalf of those that came before you. So you can close out cycles successfully, finally, once and for all. The cycle of addiction closed out. The cycle of, whatever cycle your family has been going through, you are the one to call it out, see it for what it is, and close it. And why were y'all called to get on these platforms and do it? Because God said, you know what? I want it to be a family affair. Three of Pentacles, God was trying to close out cycles. And the people that were in your family, some aware of what they were doing, others were unaware of what was going on. But it was called for you to create this platform to get individuals that are connected to you to be able to build something better. So a lot of these people watch you and then they work on you. That's not what God created your platform for. You're protected. Yeah, Eight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. All these people can do, really, is go back to what they thought they invested in. Some of these people wanted us to be up at night, not being able to sleep. God said, no, that's not you. That's not you. These people, I heard no peace day or night. Like these people, I don't want to say the word haunted, but these people aren't sleeping. These people can't be sleeping if they're doing magic when y'all are sleeping. They don't sleep. They never sleep. I'm trying to tell you, these people don't sleep. They can't. They are now a product of their magic, period. That's what I heard. There was something that I wanted to read, and then I'm going to be done here. They'll probably cut the video, but I've done longer. This is what people need to know. This is why it's so important, because you don't know until you know. Okay, so this is timesnownews.com. I'm going to read something, okay? And this is going to be the why for those individuals who need to know, those people who are really trying to understand why people are doing these things, why we keep talking about it. This is going to be an informational piece, an informational part that'll put a lot of these messages that people keep giving different readers about this and that into perspective under one umbrella so we can all understand it as a whole, as a collective, okay? Because once the information is out there, it's out there. Once you speak something into existence, it's there. Again, knowledge, wisdom, it must be known to make it manifest. If you don't have a knowledge of something, you can think what you want to think all day long. Okay. I said, God, am I doing this? Yeah. Okay. So, does black magic really work? How to protect yourself against it? This is why we get up here and have these platforms and speak, because knowledge is power when used correctly. Now, this knowledge is power for a collective of people because it's being used correctly. There are forces working around us all the time. Some of these forces are for good, while others are evil in nature. These evil forces are used to cause harm to others by way of casting a spell through black magic. But there are ways to stop these evil forces from harming you, and you need to know what they are. You can't protect yourself from something that you're unaware is happening. We know that this universe works on energies. There are good energies, and then there are bad energies, often called dark energies. While the former is used to help and benefit others, while the dark energies or forces are used to harm others or gain an unfair advantage over others. This is also called black magic. Skeptics would dismiss it outright as a figment of someone's imagination. Hence, they call this crazy. But then they will dismiss anything that they can't see of touch. But the fact is that just because skeptics don't believe in them, then these things don't exist. Of course, you need to have a deeper understanding of how these things work to be able to appreciate them and guard against them. Now, black magic is basically a kind of malicious activity that is carried out by invoking evil spirits to cast a spell upon someone so as to bring about some harm to them or to restrict their energies to gain an unfair advantage over them. Black magic is an evil practice which is also called witchcraft, and it involves weird practices like casting spells to harm others and gain from such sinister actions. Now, I said people do this behind the scenes, but carry it out with physical action. Okay. Some call it the ability to cause a change in the natural order of things by disrupting the fields of energy that exist in all things. Black magic is something that not everyone can practice, but can be used by others with the help of those who are well versed in these practices. Such people are generally greedy, selfish, insecure, and vindictive individuals who have clear objectives about why they are doing it, which is also to gain personally by causing harm to others. Well, as mentioned earlier, that this whole universe functions on the basis of energy flow. So while we cannot see these energy flows with our eyes, we are high priestesses, we feel them, we can always, feel them. There are places around the world where different types of energies reside. At the same time, people can invoke the different energies anywhere depending upon what their intentions are and how powerful the other energies present there are. So if you're in a place that's already negative and you're throwing out negative energy, that's going to increase that. Therefore, we should not brush aside these things skeptically. Our understanding of this world is strictly based on our ability to see and feel things. But there is a world beyond that which is not visible to the naked eye and which can only be felt and seen by those evolved enough to understand these things. It is said that those who practice black magic use certain secretive methods to exploit the elements of nature to achieve their objective. Black magic is found all over the world, and no society is free from it. Although it is widely accepted as a normal activity in many, also forms part of the socio-cultural milieu. While in many others it is practiced reluctantly and less intensely. There's no question of rubbishing it because there are enough instances that show it is real, even though it appears to be a world of its own. It is also said that places that are spiritually more evolved are the places where the practice of black magic is more rampant and accepted. It is sometimes said that these regions are on a black magic overdrive. You get to see and meet spellcasters and fortune tellers in many marketplaces where they are concentrated in large number on selling their services. So it's also why a lot of people we've been talking about been traveling overseas and doing spell work. Okay. So how does it work? People who want to cause harm to others for whatever reason actually hire the services, these black magic practitioners, okay? And it includes casting spells over others who are not aware of what is being done to harm them. The rituals are indeed bizarre, and the ingredients can include anything. We're not going to talk about all that. The sad part is it seems to work, and there has always been a thriving market for it. Why has it been working? Because people ain't been looking at it. People ain't been seeing that it's happening. When you see that it happens, you clear the energy. It can no longer work on you. It's also why we were called to protect ourselves and all those we love and care for when we dived into spirituality. So a lot of you guys, you need to know those prayers of protection that you had over everyone when you started this, they are still there. You did that then for a reason. You didn't know you were going to be here now, but God did. He prepared you for the spiritual battle. These are the forces at play. The victim often doesn't know they are under a spell, and in most cases, the effects are so subtle that for a long time, the person will not get to know that something has been done to them. And by the time they get to know about it, it is already too late. This could involve people trying very hard but repeatedly failing to achieve their goals. People suffering from health issues which might appear as normal illnesses but seemingly incurable and baffling to the victim. People experiencing feuds within the family for no rhyme or reason. The spell could also be an attempt to control the person and their actions in their favor, so on and so forth. The basic idea behind using it is the acceptance of the fact that the victim is somehow better than them, and that if one were to cast a spell upon them, then they would create hindrances on their path. It is not necessary that the person casting the spell may be gaining anything substantial out of it. They could be doing so just to get some sadistic pleasure owing to their inherently evil nature. It is what it is. Some people do it in order to create a positive image for themselves. This works in ways wherein they would first destroy things around a person, okay, and then come forward as their savior and things like that. This is one way of making that person dependent upon themselves so that they remain completely under their spell. Okay, that's what I said. How can you combat it? The saltwater remedy, okay? How do we protect ourselves against it? Before we go any further, we need to understand that it is nothing but the predominance of negative energies in our lives. So the simplest solution would be to remove these negative energies from our lives, hence 8 of Cups. There are some very simple tools through which the effects of negative energies can be reduced or removed. Of course, it also depends upon how grave the situation is or badly the spell has affected the victim. If the situation is serious, then obviously a lot more serious activities need to be carried out to stop the effects of these spells. And this is why we are here giving these messages so often. We can take the help of the holy people like priests, whatever, Then there are people who have trained themselves in this field, Reiki workers, and understand how the dynamics of these energies work and how to tackle them. Of course, there are cases where even they find themselves to be helpless on account of approaching them at a time by when the situation, okay, was irredeemable. Pretty much, this is why. How do you know? Okay. Well, when you guys be feeling these attacks, they say when you do the salt water, when you take those spiritual baths, it should be done when you experience lethargy, reduction in promptness, inability to think, when you know they're doing those confusion rituals. Excessive thoughts, especially when they are negative in nature, okay? Anger, stress. When we are experiencing any one of the above symptoms, we are in a weakened state physically, emotionally, or spiritually, okay? You are attacked in this weakened state. This is why we must keep our vibrations high at all times. You must fortify your spiritual shield, okay? This is something you must do regularly if you are in the public eye especially, okay? Learn how the law of attraction works, laugh at it. Black magic is no joke. However, in some cases, you need to treat it like a joke. Go ahead, laugh at it. Laughing invokes a powerful energy that is opposite of black magic. When the energy of laughter crashes into black magic, it kills the black magic energy. Remember, you are the author of your life, so laugh in the face of it, okay? And invoke the power of amulets or crystals or whatever you use. Like my evil eye right here. That's an amulet, if you want to call it one. Okay, so that's that. So for anyone who needed to know, because we keep talking about this black magic, what it is, why do people do it? What is she talking about? That's why. People do it to gain an unfair advantage over someone else's life. People do it because they think they're going to gain something by bringing negativity and chaos and destruction to someone else. Well, these are all intentions of a person who has no soul, is what God says. And you guys are the chosen. You are called to heal your soul. Do not let the soulless take yours, okay? Whatever your heart and soul is desiring, you shall have. We just read that these things were mere hindrances on your path, meant to hold you up, meant to stop you, meant to slow you down from your spiritual growth. Now you know all of these things. Now the people who need to know all of the background of these things and why you guys are going through what you're going through and why you keep speaking out on it and why you want justice in these situations. This is all what it is. Because these people have an unfair advantage, or so they think. And your ancestors in the Most High is just pointing out what it is. It is what it is what God is saying at this time when it comes to these people saying the same things repetitively. You are not crazy because you know what is going on. You wouldn't be seeing something and told to say something if it wasn't truly happening. The thing here is when you guys keep talking, you awaken those that need to be awakened. If someone comes across your platform and they're dealing with some form of something in their life, they may resonate with a message that you're giving because they feel something in their world that they can't see. This is why you guys are the seers. You're meant to free many people from many different things in many walks of life at many different times. So be easy on yourself. Do the healing that still needs to be done, the shadow work, right? Clear out all of that, clear it out. It's just what I keep hearing. I'm seeing the chopped wood card. Clear it out. Some of you guys might need to clean out your homes, sweep the floors, mop them, open up the windows, get some natural light in there, right? Listen to some frequencies of feng shui and healing and peace and removing dark energies. Do the things that you can do in the spirit that you know are going to lift you up out of whatever shadow energy you're in. Again, as earth angels and light workers, we will always have shadow work to do. The shadow work never stops. If anyone says, I'm done healing, they're lying, because we ain't done living. Every day we go through experiences that we have to somehow unravel, uncover, and heal to move beyond them. So the healing work never stops. That's why you kept seeing the star card. There will be many times where God calls you aside. There are many times where you will have to tell your collective, like, yeah, I can't do it for a little bit. Like, I got to take a break, you know? Some of you guys, I hope you know, there is something called burnout, and readers go through that. You're taking in a lot of energy every day. You got to give that back to you. You got to give people their energy back, hopefully more refreshed and cleaner than when they came. And then you got to put that work into yourself and love on self. Okay? Because you got to think what we're doing every day. We're giving an energy exchange. When we put ourselves here, we're exchanging energies with others. And as healers, we know people that come to us may not be as healed or highly evolved as we are. So we must know, as we're giving these messages, we're now taking their energy. And we're not saying anything bad about these individuals, but it is what it is. Energy is energy. Energy goes where energy flows. So we're picking up all types of different energies from all different types of people in all different walks of life. We must really make it a priority, as the card said, to focus on our spiritual hygiene and make sure that we are coming from a place of love and compassion and empathy at all times. Because the world is hard, right? The world is tough, but our spiritual gifts are strong. And that Ace of Cups is the gift of healing that never ends. The cup that overflows. It's deeper than just a person giving you a love offer. This is God telling you always have this cup of healing. You will always have your healing. So right now, it just might be a time for a lot of people to focus on healing, getting the whys answered, the questions answered, so you can fully move into your purpose with a knowing. This is why I'm on this path. This is why God chose me for this purpose. This is why I had to walk away from this person. This is why I had to leave this lifestyle alone. This is why I had to let that job go. This is why this had to happen. And when you can start to say, this is why, this is why, this is why, then God knows that you are about to be ready for something else. Because now you know why. So a lot of the whys are going to be answered for a lot of people in a lot of different places, in a lot of different situations and circumstances. That's all I can say. People weren't seeing things clearly. It's been a world of disillusionment. But all of that is being cleared away. Because the more of us tap into our healing journey, the more of us are in a place to give the healing that we have received. That's the biggest thing that we do out here. We're not selfish at all. We're selfless, but we've had to put up boundaries. Everything that we receive from the divine, don't y'all understand that every time we receive that, we give it right back? We give what we get right back. So while these people think they're not getting stuff or they're not, they're getting what you're giving. You're a healer called to healed. Keep doing your job. You are a divine worker. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're dark, like you're negative, like you're wrong for standing in your light, for being truthful, for being righteous. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. But it's when you look at the mistakes and you can say with a pure heart, I'm truly sorry. Like, I'm truly sorry now, knowing what I know what I didn't know. And I'm sorry for what I didn't know when I didn't know it. But no whys are going to be able to answer that. It is right here and now. Many of us have to look at situations and say, I wasn't aware. I didn't know. I wasn't informed. I wasn't knowledgeable about that at the time. But it's okay, because now you're growing, you're evolving, you're changing, and you're having forgiveness with yourself for not knowing then what you know now. And that's life. That's growth. It's evolution. It's expansion. That's beauty. That's grace. That's glory. It's redemption. Be easy with yourself. A lot of y'all are being saved right now. I love you.